Welcome World. I'm Giovanni Corradini, Community and Event Manager at Seedstars. We're about to start the Seedstars World episode number 1 in Asia. You should expect 5 exciting startup pitches and an announcement of who will be one of the startup finalists in Asia that will represent this country in the finals.
Hi everyone, my name is Amit Sethi.
I am Sota from Plasgate, Cambodia.
Minh Tâm, and I am from Hang.
I'm Gautam from Foodie, and
we are very happy
to be part of Seedstars competition.
Fingers crossed.
How the selection process of winners at the Seedstars World Competition worked this year. Startups start with filling the application form. After the review, those who meet the minimum criteria get invited to the online Seedstars Academy. Throughout the academy, we monitor the performance of the entrepreneurs as they get assigned to courses and tests. Upon the completion of the academy, startup that score the highest get invited to meet with the Seedstars World team and mentors on one-on-one. As the last step, we invite outstanding experts in their fields as jury members to the online pitching episodes. All those components help us form a solid and complex decision on who Seedstars startup finalists are.
We have an amazing jury that will help us evaluate the 5 startups pitching in this regional episode. Queen Anh Nguyen, Director at the Swiss Entrepreneurship Program in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Van Munin Cheng, CEO of the Khmer Enterprise, Cambodia. Doris Clements, Head of Partnership for Southeast Asia at Seedstars, coming from Austria.
My name is Sumit Khimani. I'm from Smart Future. We are a Singapore-based company in the space of telehealth. The problem is that the current telehealth options are not enough. Telemedicine companies want doctors to send their existing patients to a third-party app where there are hundreds of other doctors. Hiring a software development company or an in-house team to make a telehealth platform is expensive and lead times are long. WhatsApp can be used for telehealth, but it is not integrated to existing software systems. What we do is provide white label telehealth platform to doctors on a subscription. It includes a custom-made mobile app for the patients. It includes a custom-made web dashboard for the doctors. More importantly, it includes devices in different form factors to capture vitals remotely. And as you can see, there are hundreds of other plugins for the doctor. We have currently more than 90 clients, more than 15,000 patients, 600,000 medical readings have been captured. We've gone through multiple acceleration programs, won numerous awards, partnerships with big pharma and healthcare companies. The team has a total experience of 250 years, again in pharma, IT, medical companies. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing your presentation. I think I'm going to be fair and give you the opportunity to quickly talk about your team.
Yep.
So you can.
So the team, there are total 17 people in 2 cities. We have been together for 3.5 years, and there's a very good mix of people who have run their own companies, people who have been from medical background, people working in hospitals, from insurance companies. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And it's a good mix of people with more than 250 years of experience with them. Thank you, Doris, for that.
Yes. Could you elaborate a little bit more about your revenue model and how defensible it is right now in the current market?
Yes. So 60% of our revenue comes from the SaaS. So when we make a platform for a clinic, there is a monthly subscription they pay us. It's an annual agreement. It can be vary from $500 to $5,000 depending on different features and modules and customizations they need. The remaining 40% comes from devices that we have provided them to capture vitals. And also when there is a sale happening in the marketplace that is available in each and every app that we made, the marketplace is for doctors to sell their own product services. Could be vaccination. So there's a small cut we take whenever there is a marketplace sale that is happening. On the defensibility, again, when you make an app for a clinic in their own brand and launch it in their own developer account, whether it's Android or iOS, there is a certain, that the stickiness automatically comes in because you will never expect a doctor to go to another company and change the whole, ask their, users to download a second app. So that would be the biggest stickiness in our business model.
I have a question related to your growth. What is your traction like for the last couple months?
Last 3 months, more than 150,000 US per month, more than that. It has been growing. It was only 40,000 in January for reference. You can know, obviously, COVID has helped us a lot. We have been breaking even, making about $15,000 to $20,000 net at the end of the month. So it has been good last 3-4 months because, start of the COVID, obviously a lot of orders came in, but it's only the last 3-4 months we are actually making cash and getting our bank accounts going up.
Do you also, just in line with this question, do you have good prognostics that this is a trend that will continue? Like, do you believe this is a trend and a kind of a revenue that you can still generate once COVID is resolved?
Yep. So I think in telemedicine in general, the biggest problem has been that everybody's trying to change the habit of patients. Like Uber did it for us when we were taking a taxi. But what we are trying to do is changing habit of the doctors. We are providing it. So we are a B2B company. When we go in and introduce doctors in general have more time now to listen to us. And they are able to not just change their own mindset, they are able to learn technologies, they are able to get their staff to change it. So what I believe is the biggest stakeholder in any in healthcare in general is the doctor. So if the doctor decides to move anything to telemedicine or anything for that matter, if they decide to go back to no telemedicine, this is the world that we will follow it. We'll just have to follow it. But I can say from 90 clients that we have, all of them are doing probably close to what pre-coronavirus numbers they were doing. They are very happy. They have more time. They're much more efficient. Every 10-minute slot, they're able to do patient scheduling. So yes, there is an advantage. Almost all our clients see that advantage already over the last few months, and they are going to continue. I can, from my own being in the industry, I can tell you this is, I am not 100%. Elderly still will go back to face-to-face. I cannot say it for 100% patient. I cannot say it for 100% doctors, but a majority of people will continue the new norm that we see in the space of telehealth.
Hi everyone, my name is Sethi. I'm the founder and CEO of PlusGate, currently the largest SMS gateway in Cambodia, and we are now transporting over 40 million SMS in 2020. Right now we are building our platform by integrating SMS, voice, IP, and OTT into one single platform and make it available online so that we can expand it into the region or globally by providing a single access point so that we can reduce the time and complexity for our customer. If you look at the global TAM in 2019, it was $43 billion. And same, I believe, for Cambodia market is around 31 million with a 50% discount. And our SOM is 4.8%, so a lot of room to grow. Revenue-wise, we are expecting to hit a 1.5 million this year with some small profit, while our CAC is around $3,000, and CAC is around $300, and LTV is around $30,000. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. But I definitely would like to learn more about how do you deliver this? Is a platform, but how do you which channels? Is it Omni? Is that online mobile app, and how do you engage customer onto your platform?
Well, right now we have a offline platform, and we are using the third-party platform. But now we are building our own platform, and we want to integrate SMS, voice, and IP and OTT, so our customer can access multiple channels to send the interactive communication to their customer. And we are working with like mobile network here in Cambodia, like Smart Circuits and Smartphone. We are working with the other vendor like OTT. We will work with Vibers, WhatsApps, and Telegrams, so that we can integrate all those services into one platform.
Fantastic. So is your solution integrated with other ERP system of or other customer service system of the businesses?
It's not an ERP, it's a kind of a communication system. An example, let's say if you download an application like Facebook, WhatsApp, and you require to put in the your phone number so that you will get a PIN code to access the application. And this it is being used by banks and e-commerce platforms and all the apps and applications that they are moving to the digital space.
I have a question around the projection into the 21, 22, and 23. What makes the projection of about 2 million revenue from the $92,000 in 2020?
Again, for your question?
My question is that your revenue projection in 2021 is about 2 millions, up from the roughly 100,000 in 2020. What significant difference do you think where those revenue and turn into profit come from?
I mean, if you look at our trends, we increase, quite sharply. And if we follow the current trend, then we're gonna keep the same path for the next year. But when we make our system totally online so that, everyone can access the system and pay online, then I believe our revenue will even exceed our forecast in this case.
I'm Steve Lammin. I'm founder and CEO of Q Global. Q is a digital bridge providing SMEs in Asia a business management platform and integrated credit scoring system that connects SMEs to banks to access capital. The problem in Southeast Asia or Asia is that 80% of SMEs want to go digital, but they haven't and they don't know how. They also have very high loan rejection rates. We're in 6 countries with a market opportunity of 22 million SMEs and $1 trillion US credit gap. So our solution is a business management platform, from a bookkeeping app to accounting or ERP. Basically, we fit a solution for the size of the business and the complexity of the business. But more importantly, we've created an AI credit scoring engine that actually can score within a matter of seconds and disperse cash the same day. So we've done 50 million in loans originated to date. Our NPLs are less than 1%. Right now, we have 35,000 SME clients across the region, 7,000 app users. We actually hit 2 quarters of cash flow positive. Our revenue for 2020 will exceed 1.3 million. We make money through subscriptions and lending, customizations, and consulting. Our biggest differentiators are our development partners. So the IFC helped develop our scorecards and continues to do so. We actually have a very large loan database of 14 years of lending with over 2 million loans in the database. And we have a very experienced team.
For your presentation. I'd be interested in the average loan amount that you give out, and what is your take on that?
Yeah, so I'll start with my take. We work with banks, right? So we're not lending directly. So the risk level for banks is relatively low. So we really have to come in with good quality loans. We package them pretty well using accounting and ERP. However, again, they're risk adverse, but I think it's also a good thing because we don't have subprime loans like P2P platforms. We actually have quality loans. And I personally don't want to be involved in subprime loans where we over in debt people. So I think it's a good thing. So our average loan size is about 2,500 USD. But what's interesting is our clients, most of them, they've taken out 12 loans from us. So it shows that we actually have a really good loan product for most of the SMEs that we work with, because even Cabbage, which used to be a big player in the US, was only at 7 loans per client. So we've done pretty well on a number of loans per client.
Perfect, thank you. And quick follow-up question, what is the current default rate of those loans?
Yeah, so we haven't seen any impact from COVID. So it's less than 1% still. I think we've had maybe 20 loans that have been late pays. I think we've had about 3 defaults so far. Not so bad. Knock on wood, right?
Hi, I have some questions around the people that help to manage the company, because risk, you're borrowing versus risk, and the people that you work with. Who are the people in the company, and the AI, is it developed by the people in the team, or you outsource the credit rating system from elsewhere?
Sure, great question. So I'm a little older than most entrepreneurs, right? So, which is actually, I think, a good thing. It's not a bad thing, right? I've been through it so many times, right? So I don't have to make the same mistake. I make a lot of mistakes, but not the same ones I made when I was younger. Most of my team is also experienced and older, to be honest with you, because I agree with you. Finance and banking and credit and loans is not something for some young players, I don't think. And so, myself, I actually started at Oracle when Oracle was a startup. So I was the 603rd employee at Oracle. So I've been in technology for a long time. This is actually like my 15th company. I've done 3 IPOs already. So again, maybe there's advantage to having age, right? Age and wisdom. Amit Sethi, Amit's my chief technology officer. We call him digital technology officer because that's the latest trend. But he was actually president of the 3rd largest bank in India, Axis Bank. So he's got not only a deep technology understanding, he also has a very deep banking background. My CFO is the most risk adverse banker on the planet. She's got 16 years. And so she's very, very risk adverse. So those guys from the banking standpoint are very strong. I think that the rest of the team also are very experienced. Like Reza in Bangladesh was the chief commercial officer of bKash, which is the largest mobile money network in the world, for instance, right? So I think a very experienced team. They've done it before, which is advantage. We actually developed the AI. So again, my background is technology. With someone like Amit, whom I actually see as probably one of the best technologists I know, he helped develop the AI. Our scorecards actually were developed and continue to be developed or refined, I should say, by the IFC. So the World Bank IFC, they brought in a whole team of credit scorecard creators, and they helped develop the scorecards. And they even added some elements that we should be adding to our scoring, like female, male, right? Females obviously pay back better than males do. So based on that, we created the algorithms and then we implemented in the AI. And lastly, along the same lines, I don't think there's anyone in Southeast Asia that has a database that we score against as much as like, I've been on the board of a MFI for a long time. And so we took all of that data and some other MFI data. So we have like 2 million loans over a 14-year period. So when you talk about AI, you need data for the AI to actually work, right? And actually we have data, I think.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gautam, and I'm excited to share with you Foodie, which is a B2B engagement, retention, and sales platform for restaurants. Now, engagement and customer acquisition for stores can be really challenging, whether it's done online or offline. But ironically, exactly that challenge is actually a market opportunity worth US $209 million across this region, with a growth potential of almost 36% year on year. And using this premise, we've built a tech ecosystem for restaurants, which drives low CAC, maintains high LTV, and increases brand equity for all our merchants. So how do we do this? We actually embed ourselves in their Line app, personalizing customer journeys, embed ourselves as a Facebook chatbot, and we also provide customers a complete white label toolkit enabling their e-commerce storefront. And by doing all of this, we are currently providing coverage of more than 12,000 orders across Bangkok. We currently drive an MRR of 15,000 US with a high LTV of $1,000. We have more than 250 stores and a strong team. With your help, we hope to scale Foodie further in this region. Thank you.
Hi, thanks so much for your presentation. I'd be interested to learn a little bit about the impact of COVID, and I'm assuming sales have risen and demand has risen. So I would love to learn how you managed to scale up your operations during those times.
Right. I will answer that question in 2 parts. I think COVID has definitely given us positive impact, but the premise in which the stores engaged with us during COVID was to realize that, look, digital transformation for micro entrepreneurs is here to stay. You cannot just say anymore, oh, you know what, digital tools are just a waste of money. What will I do with it? It actually proved to them in a very short period of time that if you onboard a digital tool which processes your business process end to end, you can quickly scale as a business. And despite the fact that we grew very quickly during this phase of COVID, one thing that allowed us to scale and maintain sanity in our teams was a high degree of automation. Despite the fact that we acquire customers, we onboard stores, and we can go live with them literally overnight. Despite the fact they go on board and they go live, the entire end-to-end cycle is totally automated. So over 85 to 90% of processes are automated, and my team only steps in when you have to flick some manual switch in an emergency situation, when it like maybe rains and riders are not available, or we have to send vouchers to customers to drive dine-in sales, which is something every aggregator also does at their scale. So yes, so that's how we've driven our growth, and we've maintained our scalability.
Could you I guess explain a bit more to us the how do you acquire customers, and what is the burn rate given that you are acquiring the end users through promotion program?
So all our sales is totally organic. We are driving brand equity, and people interact with the brands. They do not interact with Foodie. When I say people, I mean customers, sorry. So our organic traction doesn't really create a very large burn. We are not doing things like deep discounted models and stuff like that. So our burn rate is currently at about $8,000. And we have two kinds of customers. We have the enterprise customers, which are chains in, let's say, they have 10, 15, 20, 30 odd stores. We also have the standalone stores, which forms about 70% of our merchant base. Acquisition typically takes place by, I call this a foot soldier mechanism. We reach out to them, we give them the value proposition. So for small stores, they onboard in less than a week. Pretty much a majority of those meetings finish up within a day or two sometimes. The enterprise stores, of course, take a longer time, but they also come with a high ticket value plus a much longer subscription base. So eventually, once that sales cycle goes through, we can deploy them very quickly, and that scaling opportunity has not proven to be an issue so far. So we've got two teams right now. One sales team looks after the enterprise side of things, and the other one does the SME side of things.
Hello, my name is Minh Tâm, and I come from Bot Hàng, which is a leading messaging commerce platform and omnichannel commerce for online business, specialized in marketing and CRM. So the problem we want to solve is that there are 90 million business on social media, and they must face three big problems: time consuming tasks and very high costs from advertisements and from human resources costs, and last but not least, it's low customer retention rate and low conversion rate. So we offer the solution, which is a messaging platform for businesses. First, we offer automate messages, and we help the business to grow the revenue up to 20% by optimizing customer interaction and bettering customer experience. And we are a data-driven solution, and we have increased customer retention rate and lifetime value of customer. Here's our market size, and you can see we estimate it's at about $400 million in Vietnam, 1.6 billion in Southeast Asia, and 2.6 billion in the world.
For your presentation. Let me ask the first question then. Could you share with us the competitive landscape currently in your business?
The competition
landscape. Who are your competitors?
Yeah. So it's here is a slide. So we have some competitors like the app chat or ManyChat. I have a slide here I can show you. Wait a minute. Yeah. They are competitors in Vietnam and also in the world. However, we have the competitive advantage because we use the lifetime value customer model. We have the ability to better to classify the customer. Here is the competitive analytics. As you can see, so we have the competitive analysis here. Also, we have competitors like Travel and ManyChat. We're confident that we have some advantage, like our customer support, our customer classifications, our lifetime value customer, our business model, and we have the ability to integrate with third parties. You can see in my screen.
Okay, thank you for explaining, Tam. What are some of the measures you're taking to keep those competitive advantages that you just mentioning now? So how do you create a wall between you and your competition?
We about our product, we have really good customer service, and once our customer use our product, they often use many times. Our customer retention rate is high because we can offer them the good service, and therefore they often use our service for many times, and that prevent them from using other competitors' product. Yeah. So is
Yeah,
this yes.
do you want to give us a little bit more insights into your business model?
Okay. So here's our revenue model. We have two revenue model. First is subscription revenue model. Like other chatbot platform, we charge about 13 to 34 dollars per month, and we often charge for 1 year. And a second is transaction model. Transaction model is our second model, and we launched it in this year, because we find out that if we just use the subscription revenue model, we just like other chatbots and we can't grow fast. So we have the transaction model, which help us grow really fast, up to 255%. And with that model, we charge the fee from API commissions. So we offer unlimited chatbots, unlimited subscribers.
Sumit from Smart Future. We like your approach to the business. By white labeling your solution, you made it very easy for customers to integrate it into their existing systems, and you have achieved a good traction so far. The Singapore market is a good one to start with, especially as people are more used to digital tools. On the other side, we're looking at expansion abroad. It might need more customization towards local markets, and that is not necessarily an easy task. We're curious to see how you will handle the scaling phase over the upcoming month. Sotha from Plasgate. You stood out for a strong traction in the Cambodian market, a very good understanding of your customer needs, and a strong multi-channel solution. We understand, however, how this is a very competitive market to be in, especially when looking outside of Cambodia. And we fear you might encounter several challenges when trying to grow your market share and revenues. Gautam from Foodie. Foodie has definitely a good potential. Yours is a solid business model, and you're providing a strong platform to restaurants, decreasing their customer acquisition cost while increasing their customers' lifetime value. However, despite a good customer base, there is still a lot of room to grow, and we are worried about the competition of the big players in the market. Stephen from Q. You stood out for your experience. Being a serial entrepreneur is definitely great added value, and Q's experience management team is a key advantage. You have developed a strong scoring algorithm, and you surely have the right amount of data to run the AI. On the other side, we believe there is still a lot of room to grow on your customer base and on more SMEs on your platform. So we are curious to see how your traction will evolve over the upcoming month. Tam from Chatbot Vietnam. You're running what is a very needed service to businesses. You have showed a strong traction so far and a good ability to take advantage of the COVID-19 impact on the way customers interact with the clients you serve. However, this is a crowded space, and we haven't seen a clear competitive advantage that would defend you properly from your current competitors and potential new entrants. So now it is finally the time. winner of this regional episode of the Seedstars World Competition in Asia is Sumit from Smart Future. Sumit, congratulations. It's so
Thank you, Jivan. I've got Eleanor with me, by the way. She's also in the group, so yeah, she's on clapping. So yeah, thank you for this. And I think it was a very good platform for us to obviously talk about what we are doing. It's always it's always a challenging story for each and every startup out here. So it's very good platform you guys are providing. So very excited to go to the next round. Obviously represent the 5 companies that are here. I'll be representing them and in the next round and hopefully go all the way.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. And congratulations, first of all, for the amazing job.
Thank
and
you.
I'd like to, thank all of you guys, Gautam, Steve, Tam, Sofa, for the incredible job that you are doing. And of course, getting to this stage of the competition is already like a great achievement. And if there is any way we can still contribute and support you over the upcoming, month, just feel free to let us know. I would also like to remind everyone that this is just one of the 4 episodes in the region. So, to stay tuned for the other 3 that will happen very soon.